Huh? 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 Wasn't I supposed to be doing something? Wait, huh? What's that? What are you saying, guy in the booth? What are you saying? We got Delta Ruin? This is actually great news! It's gonna be great for the Kingdom Hearts and Delta Ruin. Let's blaze! Huh? 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 Oh, son of a... Hello, people of the YouTube universe. Sky After Fall right here, and welcome back to Danganronpa. Last time we have faced off a 5th class trial to figure out what was happening. Was it really a murder or was it a trap? And one thing's for sure, we got voted as killer. When really, we didn't kill anyone. Nobody did it. It was a trap all along to try to get someone killed by a punishment. And unfortunately, that would have been me if Alter Ego didn't save my life. So, thank you, Alter Ego. Thank you for saving me. But now we're trapped in a garbage dump. And hopefully we'll find a way out. So, let's go ahead and dive right in. And if you like this, you know what to do. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then, I was awake. Or was this just another dream? No, we're in a garbage dump. A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils were too powerful for a dream. Yeah. And look at this place. It's full of all kinds of garbage. And there's some kind of Monokuma thing right over there? What is that? What is that? What an awful smell! It was in a vast dark cavern, with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. I guess this is where the garbage goes whenever it doesn't get incinerated. Still, that is crazy. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, that feels a lot better. I didn't have a back pillow and I was struggling a little bit there. But anyways, moving on. A heck of a situation to find myself in. More of a heck of a situation. This is more of a terrifying situation. We're in a garbage dump with a door that looks like it's locked. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what that had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last bit of his strength to do it. I can't give up now. Yeah, we can't. For myself, and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of the survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. Well, there's a door. Shit, I was right, it's locked. No matter how many times I pushed, or pulled, or kicked at it, it doesn't budge. Great. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. Well, of course it's gonna be rotten. What do you expect? It's a garbage dump! But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. I'm gonna be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea. Well, let's face it. It's a garbage dump! Wait, what the... Ugh. For some reason I wasn't moving. I don't know why. But anyways, like I was saying, it's a garbage dump! Basically, nothing there is edible or drinkable. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. I don't think that's a good idea, dude. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after being able to eat or drink. Well, that is a good thing. To just sleep uninterrupted, it could help save some energy, I guess. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had passed. All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Huh? What was that? What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from above. What could it have been? Rocket and tank? Wait a minute. It's the same thing I saw! Of this prologue opening! Why is it down here? But more importantly, what's in here? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Kyoko! Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. No way!
Awful.
Well, yeah, it's a garbage dump. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. You got a couple noodles on your head. What are you doing?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. He gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat. We can talk once you're finished. Oh god, he's gonna go in a buffet! Thank you! Snatched the bread and water she was holding out to me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Whew, but that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not! After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Hmm?
No, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Still, what are you doing here? Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Hey, it's okay. I'm glad to be doing that again for you. You're a friend. Don't say that! You didn't abandon me! No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However,
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
it's true.
I'll tell you. Tell you everything. Yes, please. The reason I had to survive
In other words,
is that, that I can do what I came to do to this school. Huh? I made up my mind to to Hope Speak Academy for one very important reason. You have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
indeed.
That's right. At least, I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... So it was our memory tamperings. And it really is true, you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? You remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at school? The first thing? You're talking about, when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and then when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect. My theory keeps getting more right.
It would seem...
Inking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. And at that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all of that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. Yeah, they stole all our memories. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I could come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
It could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you said is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. She has a point, dude. She has a point. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make it too big of a deal of it. That's just a possibility. Big possibility, too. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Mastermind, one of us? If she believed that, then of course she wouldn't have trusted anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
Yeah. That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were at least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand.
Huh?
I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Yeah. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Well, you said you had a reason for doing all of that investigating on your own? So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I am the ultimate detective. I knew you were a detective! Your outfit screamed detective. You screamed it all. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Host Peak Academy was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Host Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. No way! So, whoever the headmaster was replaced by Monokuma. And by so, the mastermind. And you were worried about your father at some point and wanted to find them? What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains. When Ultra Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
no
Oh my
matter
God.
what,
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose is coming here was to find him. That does make sense, yeah, it does.
however,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said that what I felt based on what I had seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms, using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. A map! This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
The layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile, and that key. That makes sense then why you decided to check the second floor of the dorms. Because he might have been there. map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff may have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did find a private room there.
However,
Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor dorms didn't have cameras or monitors. Wait. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean?
so...
I couldn't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Wow.
However,
Which is why I had no idea what is going on in the rest of the school building. Wait. It had to do with Mukuro Saba, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right. That just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then, who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Kasaba was to get me killed. Get you killed? I knew it! It was a trap to set to one of us to die! And they wanted Kyoko to die. That's messed up.
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared. And in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak at your destruction.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one more thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
I know you know what I'm talking about, right? You mean during the night? Yeah, I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. The ability he naturally draws me into cases. Just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. The mastermind himself. I gave chase right away. As I followed, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That was the end of things, of course. I stopped him, but that led to whoever the masked assailant was. They ended up dead. Or they used someone's body that was supposed to be a dead Mukuro Kusaba into getting that body used as a trap. That's a theory.
Correct.
And with their murder was as a disguise, the dojo key wound up in my room. All it has to be the work of the mastermind in the attempt to use a class trial to eliminate me. So this would mean that who really killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the cholesterol to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
That's right. That is a contradiction. But it's not just Mukuro. And they needed the cholesterol to kill me. But it seems ready to kill you in your room. Everything they said is a contradiction. So what does it all mean? It means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Yeah. Because we have something it wanted. And then they got scared that we were gonna find out everything too soon or something because it became a reality show. And then they tried to kill me. Well, Makoto. They tried to kill Makoto. But thanks to Kyoko's quick sense of ability, we were able to survive. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt about that. Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever is responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. And they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Chapter 5. Boom. No change. Nope, it's not gonna be HRP continue where I'm not doing it. Wait. What's the rocket? That's the rocket I found in the dump. Still no, not yet. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. The same people who put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. Yeah, we have to take down our enemy. Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Bringing out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Well then, there's this. Hey Kyoko, think that key can open that? Hey Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And can it open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
And we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Let's hope it opens the one and only one. No! 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 Stop it! Stop it, mind! Stop! No! It is not a one-piece key. Then... Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
Now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate sacrifice, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. That day life. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Okay, good. They, blocked out that. It is a good thing. Because I know there's sometimes perverts out there. Yeah, I'm saying something about you perverts. Someone slap them. Slap the perverts, please. Thank you. Thank you if you did slap them. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Yep. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kinda nervous. Well, don't, dude! If you fall, you're gonna die! Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko. There's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I came from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family has always seen it that way. Well, that's actually pretty cool! Then, is your family famous?
wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Ah. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. Ah. So in other words, they walk in between, and yet they're not in between. Because they're just trying to follow a case, and try to see things from a certain point of view, and what they think might have happened. That kinda makes sense. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Ah, so you have to stay separate in order to be neutral. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of an old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must do to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info of this the school online. I never saw anything about her. Huh. Because she hid herself on purpose. Protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak Academy, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing was something true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you had to go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. Yeah, no shame in that at all. If my family was somehow some sort of importance, and if I had some kind of secret that is usually filled about pride, I would let go of some of that to try to find them. It's just how things are. It's what makes us people.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? Then why were you trying to get to your dad? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future,
However,
but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. That's terrible! I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. Kyoko. I take pride in my family name. However, the last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. And then you wouldn't have met us, right? So it was Kyoko on the ladder, so I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. Couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative, more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
so...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However,
But when the rest of the family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family just cut him off out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Well, yeah. You're connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Yeah, it's best to say nothing after that. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Bingo! There's a hatch up here! Looks like this is it!
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back!
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so it slams down and crushes his hand. Nah, I'm kidding. Wish it would, though. It could have been funny, but still, yeah. Looks like we're back.
Whew.
I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I couldn't exactly say we're safer and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Hey! Camera! Wait, what's this? What should we do now? So what do we do now? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, he helped me so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. Yeah, once we leave this, the cameras will see us. And then they'll know we're around. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
because
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind's ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us to go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Well, let's do it! But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Yeah. Let's go. Monokuma! Hey, Monokuma! I'm back! I'm back, bitch! You better be hiding now, cause we're coming for you.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Well, shut your belly button hole butt up. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again! And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko! Do whatever you feel you have to do. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right? Oh, he notices. I lose?
Hey!
You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up the last case trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened, and then executed, right? Hey! What are you talking about?
however,
And when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that, in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Oh, he's not saying anything!
however,
But then, there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could have come to our aid even after you killed that it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did. Yeah. And you tried to frame us for it. Got nothing to say?
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened explodes, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me, and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. This, a carving routine? You make such a bold claim without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have had come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared for another execution. he would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
However,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. Yeah. That's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. That's right, the show he was making. So, what do you say? Care for another round? Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because that he said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, they can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Yeah, game over for you, Monokuma. If you want to earn our despair, fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what's this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial all over again. Only this time, you allowed the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Right. What do you say? Care another round?
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? Fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this will be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer. Of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Well? Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry? That is not what I thought you'd be going for.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make it make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then, I'm prepared to agree to your terms. I will. And will your hope win out? Or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain
Let's have
myself!
one final grisly showdown! You agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Sorry, my throat is getting a little sore from his voice. Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end
You guys!
for this. So for this final face-off, we'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. One game of detective. Then we win. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pulling around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain
that'll be
myself!
enough to qualify as a quick victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then, let's bear it all! If you claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. Oh, we'll win. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before. It bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? What do you mean by that? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations? Which would mean... I'd have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very popularizing approach, I know. Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope Speed since the killing game began are those 16 students. So, whatever did happen to everyone. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd it go quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking. I've got nothing left to say to you. Get lost, would ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Yeah, he's barely able to contain himself. Oh shit, now he's got me doing bear punts. God dang it, Monokuma, get the fuck out of here.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay. I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair. Come on, Mako. Let's get going. Okay. Well, anyways, Monokuma's unstable laughter clings to us as we walked away. Yep, and that's how I'm gonna end it off here. We were able to finally escape the trash dump, which means we can now proceed with a final verdict. We're gonna find out what really happened in this school next episode. And so far, and when this is all over, just know that a Deltarune Let's Play, along with a Kingdom Hearts Let's Play, will be going on! So I hope you all are staying tuned for that. Anyways, thank you all for joining me so far on this journey with me, and I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, keep the light burning strong. Bye!